It is going live, it says.
Yes.
And when it officially goes live, I am going to check if we are officially live in the group. Okay, we're live. Hello.
Amazing.
And welcome to the first interview here in the Successful Conscious Creators group. So before I begin, I just want to make sure that everyone can hear and see us, because that's the most important thing. Oh, I already see someone here and they have loved the interview, so obviously we are live. So we are live. Great. I'm really excited for the first interview in this group, and this is a series of interviews that's going to happen every week, introducing the members of this group, who they are, their history, what they're passionate about, and what they're doing in the world, the work that they're here to do. And I'm really excited about interviewing you, Diana. I've shared a little bit that you have been a past client and a little bit about what you do, because now you teach the Yin Yoga Chakra Balance Personal Development Leadership Program, which is phenomenal, and it's impacting a lot of individuals and also in companies as well. So before we get into your work and your passion, I'd love to know a little bit about your history. So if you can talk us through where you were just a couple of years ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, a year ago, let's start there. You know, where were you before where you are now?
Hey, amazing. Yeah, thank you for setting this up. And yeah, I'm happy that I decided to join to do it. And yeah, indeed, I'm very happy where I am right now. And I was actually thinking the last few days that where I am right now is where I wanted to be 5 years ago. So it's a big change, and I will get more into what that means for me. But I will introduce myself as well a little bit. As Anna said, like we have been working together. Yeah, I was really driven and to create a life by my own means, to live by my own terms, and most importantly, to follow my intuition. A thing that I also give to the people that I work with is to help support them to live by their own means, to live on their own terms. And I really disagree with certain rules and society. And I probably that's also I resonate a lot with you, Anna, because yeah, you create your life. I mean, it's not really that you create it, but you have to find your own ways of enjoying it and living it. And for me, after graduation and after being in a couple of jobs, I realized that it doesn't work for me. Why should I fit somewhere where I don't fit? And I think also accepting this invitation to do this interview, it proves a lot of bravery and courage, which I think I have a lot, and I really want to inspire people. I feel ashamed a bit when I say I want to inspire people, because I don't feel like I need to do anything. Like, people are as they are and everything is fine. But yeah, I think when you're brave, when you push your boundaries, when you really have the courage to go beyond beyond yourself and beyond how you see yourself and how others see you, it's, yeah, you can experience life. You can experience life. I mean, let's put it like this. Don't be afraid of things. And in working with Anna, I really want to share this. It's really funny. Yeah, don't be a pussy. And Anna knows it. Like, this is a thing that I've learned in the last couple of years. So yeah, this is the message that came through me right now. And because I was in the situations where acting small, and like I was afraid, like, I don't know, to go for a client that I like, or to bring my message out there, or in like different relationships. And there's nothing to lose. I mean, you really have to be brave and push your own boundaries. So yeah, compared to last year, I think I overcome that, and it's a big achievement.
It's been phenomenal to watch you as well. Like the transformation that you've had has just been phenomenal, because we all have these experiences, you know, when we are scared to push our own edges. And when we do it, just seeing you, you know, get out there, you know, speaking to people where it would have been really scary before. And I know that people watching here, you have this in also in your own lives right now, that, you know, you are afraid to communicate what you're doing out of fear because you're placing more importance, you know, to that person. But it's when you realize we only have one life, this life here, you know, what are you waiting for?
Just do it.
Yeah. And I really want to go back to when you were sharing that you felt in your life that you didn't really believe in society, and, you know, very much living life without rules, which is a concept that you've created yourself in your own business. So I'd like to ask you, when was the turning point for you from moving out of, you know, like society and being in jobs that you weren't really enjoying, to then creating a business? What was it in you that changed? You know, how did you move into that different space?
Yeah, there were a series of events that triggered it. Yeah, my soul always wanted to come out to the surface, and yeah, time-wise, it has started like 3 years ago. And also then I met you, and yeah, everything like felt in place and the process started. But it was when I was in a full-time job, I was like, yeah, that's not what I want to do. That's all. And I really appreciate for myself when I have the space to create from my own wisdom and from my own intuition, and yeah, from the things that really inspire me. And because we are taught that life should be in a certain way, it's very hard to make this shift. So it took like 3 years. That's why I'm saying, like, right now I'm living at the standard that I was wishing for a couple of years back. Like, I know how to trust my intuition. I know when I have this idea, this project has to start now, and it just starts, and I'm going for it. And I'm going also through my own, yeah, subliminal sabotage and limits with more trust than before. And of course, things are not easy, and yeah, it's really about trusting this flow. Like, okay, I want, for example, I'm teaching right now the Yin Yoga Chakra Balance program, which I love it. Like, for me, it's such a simple setting and program that can activate each human being to, yeah, to experience this abundance and freedom within themselves, and to, yeah, have the courage to get their soul out there. And I just had this intuition that it has to happen here. It has to happen on Sunday, 10 a.m. Like, my intuition, my guide gave me all the details, and there were only 3 days to plan it. So I was like, well, I guess that's it. I'm gonna do it, and it's happening, and it's amazing. And I really had the discovery that things always happen in the right moment when you trust your higher self, your intuition, whatever you want to call it. And as good as it is, I want to do it outside. And we are in the Netherlands. It's crazy. It's raining every 30 minutes. But regardless of this, it still happened, and people still came, and even some of them shared that it's really inspiring how you create something that you love with basic means. Like, okay, you have a yoga mat, I have a yoga mat, let's meet in the park. That's kind of it. So yeah, I'm really happy. It gives me a lot of joy to experience that finally I can do it. Like, I can bring to life the things that I'm passionate and excited about without overthinking too much. And also doing it as a business.
You highlighted some very important things. There's some things that you said which is really important for other people to know, that things can happen like that, but then at the same time there's a lot of different components going on inside of you, that like different steps that you're taking to get to where you are now. It's been a journey. You haven't just had it and then it happened. There's lots of different components. You're facing yourself each day, and through everything now you're accessing that intuition, and you're going with it regardless of anything, the weather or anyone, and you're going with it. But that muscle is like you're building your own muscle in that. So what are some of the ways that you build your own muscle in trusting your own intuition, in getting to where you are now in your life and in your business?
Yeah, I think I passed many fears, and at this moment, I just go crazy, and I allow myself to do whatever I want. And I know I'm very aware that some people look at me and they're like, "You're out of control," or like they don't know how, like I'm out of the box. They don't know how to handle me anymore, and I don't care about that. Like, the passion and the drive has to be much bigger than anything and anyone else. And I'm aware of it. Like, I hear it. I'm like, oh, you're crazy. And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, go crazy as well.
You're fully owning yourself and your craziness, and you're gonna do whatever you want anyway. So it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter what this person says, or what society is saying. You're just gonna follow and trust. And like with the yoga balance program that you're doing now, you did it and people showed up, but you will do it anyway even if no one showed up, because you trusted
Yeah. Yeah,
in yourself.
exactly. And it was scary, but I was like, I enjoy doing it, and I will just be here, be present. And again, this connect for me is very powerful and very important, to have this connection with my spirit, with my, I don't know how people call it, like spirit, higher self. And I hear it much deeper, and I learn to trust it. And when I do it, just like, I have these wonderful experiences when things just happen. And as I shared, like, I feel like it's not my duty or my mission to push anyone to do anything, but yeah, I enjoy so much this way of living that I wish more people can experience it.
Now I would really love to find out about your passion right now, which is your yin yoga chakra balance, and tell us what it is. And I know that you're doing it in the park, but you also offer it online for people. So talk us through to what is it and what do people receive out of the experience.
Yes, as I share, like, I'm all about no boundaries and flexibility and going with the flow and trusting your power and trusting your instinct. So it started in the park, but I'm really flexible. If somebody feels the call, like, hey, I really need this in my life, I can travel there, or we can find a middle ground, or even do it online. Last year I was doing it online because of the lockdown. So it really depends. But these are like some practical stuff. And yes, I'm super excited about the Yin Yoga Chakra Balance, because, as I shared, it's such a simple, simple format for each person to get to know themselves, to be more aware of who they truly are. And as I shared, I have this deep connection with my soul. Like, I hear it; it guides me. It's always there, and things happen in my life harmonious. And through these practices, I just provide the space for other people to to come in the same state and to learn to use this more subtle senses and intuition and instincts. But there is so much happening in each session. So yeah, each chakra corresponds to different habits, and we are clearing a lot of our subconscious through movement, through yoga. We are clearing a lot of patterns. There's a lot of change happening, and I don't feel like I need to explain it. I don't feel like I need to control it. I just, yeah, create the space so people can release it. Everyone has their own drama, their own things, and through movement, through the guidance that I offer, because I think that's a very, very powerful addition to it. I'm extremely sensitive, so I connect to each person. And when I guide the class, and especially when I do it one-on-one, I share insights and messages specifically for those people. So I'm bringing already the soul into the matter. Like, okay, you hear me, but after that you will start to hear it yourself. Kind of like this. And it's very important nowadays, because here I'm going to correct myself. Like past years, I was presenting it as a leadership program. No, forget about it. I realized that this is not about leadership anymore. This is about sovereignty and really owning everything and being in control of yourself, bringing your higher self into into this life. Maybe even connecting with your own mission, but really coming into this sovereign heart, sovereign space where nobody and anything has power over you, but at the same time you know how to bring your boundaries forward, you know how to bring your dreams forward, you know how to manifest things, and yeah, that brings your whole life in harmony. Yeah, I don't know, last year it was all about leadership, but this year I was like, no, this is version 2.0. This is really about sovereignty. I really see that during these times people have the support and the place where they can emancipate themselves. Like, you don't have to. It's a very beautiful time when we can do this kind of things. We can connect to ourselves, change priorities, because I talk about society, but yeah, it's only in our heads. We do so many things that they're just a waste of time and energy. And when we start doing this kind of practices, all of a sudden we let go of habits and people and situations and stories that and they are just a waste of energy. So we can focus more on positivity and harmony and love and peace. So that's why I'm so inspired and driven by it.
I'd love to know how did it happen to receive what you're passionate about now, this program? How was the experience for you of fully receiving it? Because I'm probably thinking that a lot of people, would like to know, how you got the download and how did you open up and connect, because this is your own unique system that you created yourself, and it's completely 100% connected to you, what you're passionate about, your essence. It's you. It's never been created. So what was the process and experience like for you when this was born?
Well, I will come back to the first base. Have courage. Don't listen to the mind or to whatever other people are doing. It was a very special and beautiful birthing experience. I really I think it was also after a workshop. It was very feminine. It felt really really feminine. I just had this idea. I was like, I'm going and I'm doing yoga outside all the time, because that's what feels good for me. That's what I love. That's what I enjoyed. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And there is this amazing park where I do it that feels like a temple, feels like a sacred space. It's really wonderful, the energy there. So yeah, while I was doing yoga there, I was like, okay, I just felt this instinct that it just needs to happen.
And like going through the chakras as well, did that just come into, how did you come
This
about
part
to
was
connect yoga with the
really, yeah, this part that I would just shared, it was really just about what I'm doing right now in the park, but the whole chakra thing, yeah, it helped me a lot. It was a program it was a training that I followed in Ibiza 2 years ago. And then just by practicing it with myself and sharing it with a couple of friends, I made my own mix, my own understanding of it. And I'm practicing it this is the 3rd year that I'm practicing it, and I'm sharing it with the world. And I had like exercises related to it and a handbook. But honestly, I realized that forget about the handbook. is really the experience. And again, it has to do with shifting our way of doing things and shifting our paradigm. Like we are so used, okay, this is the book and I have to follow the book. I'm like, no. Just feel it, just experience it. And I think that's the power of the program, like connect with the wisdom that you have within. Because I have a bit of trouble to present myself as a coach, because I'm like, I don't have the questions for you. I can guide you, I can point you in some directions, but yeah, the wisdom is within yourself. And again, we are coming to the courage, because not everyone who followed the program lasted till the end. So you really have the courage to look within yourself, to really look at the things that, yeah, are holding you down, like are not that nice, and you know that, and you hide them under the rug. So that's yeah, it's a gentle program, but it has a lot of power. I'm flabbergasted after each session. Even myself, I'm like, what did just happen?
It's like you're the channel, you're the server, you're being there for other people, and you're activating. It's natural, how you're being around them, and they're all of a sudden opening up and being much more connected to themselves and their power.
Yeah.
We're not going to end yet, because I'd love to know one thing which is very important. How has it been navigating this business of yours in the last a couple of years in your life? How have you been navigating it in terms of being connected to your passion, and how has the journey been for you? What has been the highs and the lows, and how has that made you who you are today, and the work that you're bringing into the world?
Yeah, it's a beautiful question. Well, from the beginning, when I started, I really felt like I have no idea how to navigate it. So we started to work together. And the message that was coming very often in our work is that just surrender to it. I was like, whoa. It was really tough at times, and I failed miserably. Terrible. And there were times that it was really, really terrible. And for example, the last 6 months, I took a break. I didn't do absolutely anything in my business. I let it go totally. So it's really, really a lot of going with the flow. And yeah, sometimes it's higher than me. And as I shared, I have to surrender to it. It's not for faint-hearted. That's why I keep saying, like, you really need to have courage to walk your own way, to walk your own path. Because I think that was the core of it. I just wanted to do things my way. And yeah, sometimes I was really into it, and I had the opportunity to face my own personal challenges and limits, that I was not constant. I was giving up very easily. I was afraid that people are going to reject me and say no. Yeah, all kinds of fears, and yeah, I think the core of it is really going with the flow. But this comes after 3 years, where I think I've kind of like learned to master myself. Like, I'm also quite young, and like I think I'm okay for where I am and what I'm doing. Yeah,
And
I
what
learned
do you think?
a lot about myself, and I think that was, yeah, that was the core of the journey. The business was just a reflection, that, as I shared in the beginning, I just felt like I have something to express, I have to let it out, and the business was just a format for it. The same as the program, like I can share and I can, yeah, channel many things, but I think in the program is, yeah, it has this container and safe space where people can receive it.
And what was the biggest anchor for you that has helped you all the way throughout, even when you were facing your challenges, even you were running, and all the way, that has been with you all the way? What do you feel that is, and that now it's really helping you in a huge way in your life personally, and also with the program that you're offering other people?
That's I think that goes really, really deep. I think I learned how to detach myself from fears, and I think it's the spirit. I think it's my soul. I think it's, yeah, my consciousness, or yeah, my anchor is that I know I'm going to succeed, and I'm super passionate about it, and I just have to do it, even though as a human I went through some challenges and struggles. Don't know if this makes sense, but in one of your newsletters I read that your life force just moves you, and that's, yeah, I think that's it. You sometimes have to do things and you're like, yeah, but something is pushing me to do this, so what can I do? I just have to surrender to it. It's either you do it or you don't. And yeah, for some people it might seem very, very scary, and even sometimes when I look back, I'm like, oh my god, I was totally reckless. And but yeah, that's life. I guess you have a choice.
And is there something that you would really like to share with everyone who is watching the live and watching the replay, from your personal experience and from also the work that you're offering other people? Something that really, really moves and touches you, that has changed the way that you have lived and are running the business, that would really help other people here? What is your core message?
Yeah, I think I went a bit when I answered the previous question. Like, I think the core of it that helped me all the way, and sometimes I didn't know that it was that, but now I realize it is this I am that I am. Like, for me, it's just like an umbrella that goes beyond everything, beyond society, beyond the mind, beyond any relationships. And yeah, I see it as the thing that really drove me. Like, whenever there was a fear or something, I was like, no, I am. This is not real, it's just a fear. And that helped me to express even more, to, yeah, to bring my work even forward. um, Yeah, be brave. Just be brave, be crazy, be your true self, express it. And I know it's super scary. Trust me, like sometimes I really also want to chicken out, and I can't. I really came to the point where I can't, and yeah, it's tough when you are on this kind of path that you want to do a conscious business, and you really want to take ownership of everything that you are experiencing. Yeah, some people will misunderstand you, and yeah, this is maybe an unpopular opinion, and I started this video like, oh no, I'm going to be nice and be modest, but honestly sometimes I'm getting really pissed when I see people not having the courage to go for it. I'm really like, I'm behind and I'm like, oh, just do it. And I know like everyone is on their different journey, different on their own path, on a different journey. But yeah, bravery is very, 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 very important.
And because you've lived through it as well, you've experienced it, you know it firsthand. So it's like you crave that for more people to experience and know that, you know, they can get over the challenges, they can get through it once they're on the other side. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it becomes easier, you know, you just have different challenges, but you know what you have when you go through it.
Yes, and also through this whole experience, lately I really came to a point where I'm so deeply in love with myself, and not in a selfish way, but like I'm fully there for myself, like nobody else, and not accepting any bullshit. And if there's no mentor, no other person near me to support me, I'm there for myself, and I'm really proud of it. That's all I can say. I'm just proud of it, and I feel more people can experience it. I'm also very sensitive, so when I'm around people, I feel their fears, and I'm like, just do it. It's just in your mind. Forget about it. It's just a story. Yeah, because we lift each other up. We are here to lift each other up. That's also very important.
Is there anything that you want to say? Because before I start sharing, you know, where people can find you, and I will drop the links of how people can contact you, the main link, so they can email you, they can find out about the yin yang chakra balance and reach out and just, yeah, if they also, something very important that I want to emphasize in this group is that the reason that I'm doing these interview series is so that you can get to know the people behind the face in the group. And if you know of anyone who might benefit from someone's work, then you're getting to meet them in these interviews. Then you can easily cross refer them. This is about collaborating and, you know, getting to meet real people and not just being in the Facebook group. No, it's about actively engaging and really getting to know the people and who we are and what we're passionate about and how we can help each other. So, you know, you're meeting Diana here. It's really an honor to have you here. I'm just really, really happy. And everyone just feel free to add each other, connect, and get to know each other. And if you want to work with each other, I highly encourage you to do so. Reach out, because, you know, you're all here for a purpose and you're all here to support each other. Like you were saying as well, we're all here to uplift each other.
Yeah, that's really, really powerful and beautiful that you're sharing, because yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, I'm in the group, but I want to know the people behind it. Like, some people, I know them because I added them, and I added them because my intuition said like, if you have the space and if you're really committed to do something, this is a really great container. But I'm happy you're putting up all of this. Yeah, I'm looking forward also to hear the journey of other people.
Yeah, because there's also people in this group who don't have a business, and that's perfectly okay. You know, we want to know you and your passions and what makes you tick, because there can always be someone that wants to connect with you and can help you out in some way, shape, or form. It's not just, you know, me, the leader or the organizer. This is for everyone. And that's what I really encourage, for us to collaborate, to work together.
Yeah, that's really, really amazing, really wonderful. I wanted to share something. Yeah, that is not about, for me right now, it doesn't feel that it's about business. It's just a side effect of it. It's just that, okay, this is me. This is what I love the most doing. Like, I'm crazy about yoga and I'm crazy about chakra balance. I have people that recommend me to other yoga studios, ask me to do other type of classes, and I'm like, no. It's either you want to do the chakra balance or Reiki or nothing. So that I think it was also a powerful change within myself, to respect and to support my own work. Is the chakra balance?
This is your, you know, you're willing to stick a fork in the ground. This is what I stand for. That's it. 100% stand behind it. This is what you're passionate about. I'm not going to do this other yoga over here. No, this is what I'm doing. And that's really, it's so evident and clear in your passion for it and your confidence that I hope that it enables other people to be passionate about whatever they're passionate about and to move forward in their own way, because that's really why we're here.
Exactly,
so,
exactly.
Excited that you share that point. Very important point.
Yeah, to say no to opportunities that they're just opportunities.
And stick to what you're most lit up about, which is the chakra balance.
Yeah, and of course I can also provide one-on-one work, which is an amazing, with Reiki, which is an amazing follow-up to the chakra balance, but it's the same approach. Like, Reiki just works by itself, and I can give some pointers, but I expect that the other person will do their own work and will come to ask for support and will come to ask for help and questions. So yeah, it's really about being there for yourself. Also in my own work, like, that's what I stand for. And yeah, I'm happy that you also share, like, I really feel like leadership is such an old thing. It's an old paradigm, and it's really sovereignty, and not many people will understand it, because sovereignty doesn't come from the mind. And that's why it's a beautiful container to be all here, like really intuitive, soul connected people, because yeah, it comes from the heart. You just shine what's your passion, what's in your heart. And for you, you like to connect people, you like to help them to create what they want, to step through their limits. So everyone has their own pure heart that needs to come to the surface, and is really, really needed in these times. Like, society as it was, I hear people like, oh, I want to go back, and I'm like, we are not going back. Like, are you crazy? We are not going back. We are just moving forward.
Yes, we are. Yeah, I don't actually want to end this because I'm having so much fun. I'm really having so much fun.
And also, like, when I started to do the chakra balance in the park, I was like, well, it's not only about me being the teacher and teaching the class, it's also about connecting with exactly what we are doing here. It's connecting with other people, that they are starting also to live from their heart, to connect with their heart. And yeah, it's amazing. We're doing a lot of work lifting many people up.
Absolutely, and there's
many
all different types of people as well. Yeah, and it's wonderful to bring everyone together in their own way and work together in this way. So it's really an exciting time. I have the chills now that we're talking about this. Really an exciting time. So before I will post your link so anyone can contact you, and feel free to add Diana on Facebook. Feel free to contact Diana. Feel free to do whatever you want to do, whatever pull, whatever your intuition says, or if you don't feel, it's up to you. But I highly encourage, get to know the people in the group.
Yeah, exactly.
Get to
And
know
one
them.
more thing, I also work with companies, which I find it a bit contradictory, like sharing this kind of life and approach in businesses. But it works, and some people really appreciate it, and companies really need it right now. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge because they're in a total different mindset and total different approach to doing business. But yeah, well-being, mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being. It's something that each individual and each company is struggling with. So I would really appreciate if somebody in this group knows a company that is able to receive tailor-made in-company uh, yin yoga and personal well-being program. I'm here to share it. I've been doing this the last year and this year again. But we have to take ownership. So in a company, in an organization, everybody's waiting for somebody else to be the leader. Everybody's like so much organization. But yeah, for me, as I see it, like imagine that everybody is empowered and knows how to to be to take ownership, maybe also leadership, but to take to be proactive, to say no. Like everybody knows how to master and manage themselves. I really think as an organization you would work more harmonious. And yeah, that's really powerful, really changing mentality, changing cultures, changing many things. And yeah, I'm really curious if anyone from here would resonate with it or will know a company that can benefit from it.
I'm really glad that you brought that up as well, because if there's someone that also even works for a company and it could be of benefit to their company, which is my next question, which is good because we're not going to end yet. How does it work? You've mentioned some important points of, what happens, but how does it work in real time when you're with the company, the chakra balance? How does it work? So you can give us the example of a company and how they were before, and then how they were during, and then what happened after they took the program. So then it gives people an idea of how,
Well,
what it looks
yeah,
like.
chakra balance is all about giving color, bringing color to the people, bringing colors to the team, to the organization. So before, first of all, the employees highly appreciated that their employer did it. They hired me to do this thing. So for the employees, it mattered a lot that their employer takes care of themselves and not just provides a subscription to a yoga studio. Or this is more personal, like it's really personal. Very tailor-made work. And I work in small groups, 5 to 6 people, because it helps the communication. It helps how people are working in a team. And the things that they discovered, it was really magical and powerful. Everybody became more in balance with themselves. Like they realize, this is a very small example, that sometimes they go over their own limits, or they talk too much, or they want to push things. Whereas if they take a step back and they listen, the intuition will come in, or they will receive a better way of approaching the situation and not going overboard, like really staying in their center. They also realize that, hey, we are in the same boat. So a lot of pressure, like, oh, I have to perform, I have to do this. They realize that, oh, actually we all have the same struggles and the same problems. So it's already like a beautiful layer that you can bring in a team to work together. So you can appreciate your colleagues more, you know how to work together. And yeah, some people went really deep into it. We also stay in touch afterwards, and some people change their job.
It just happened.
It just happened. Yeah, some people decided to spend more time on their well-being, like doing more sports, doing yoga, taking care of their their physical body, also spending more time with the things that they love, investing energy in their hobbies, and this makes the work-life balance already higher. So yeah, it was powerful. It is powerful, and yeah, so many beautiful things coming out of it. But as I share, like, I feel they're kind of subtle, so they're not like this kind of business, like you will get this, and this. It's very, yeah, it's very flowy, feminine, subtle changes that they need to sometimes maybe to look deeper at it, like, oh, that happened because of this. And of course their I believe that their performance changed, like the ripple effect out of it. It's very impactful.
Because you're working on the inner level with them, and like you said, lots of different factors, however subtle, it's making an impact on them internally, and it's going to impact their work and how they approach it, how they experience it. And it's just a wonderful way to help people, wherever they are. Like, it just makes me think, living without rules, you being in the job and not liking it, what you're bringing to the people in a company is you're giving them back their power. You're reconnecting them to who they are, to their intuition, and then so they're able to open up and really be free. And like you said, one person left the job, and that's natural. It just made them realize what they want and they don't want. So it's awakening people, and you're doing a powerful job by doing that.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I love it. It is really important to, yeah, to take our our power back, to own our power, as we shared, even in the business world. Like, if each person, that's my philosophy and how I see it, if each person becomes in harmony with themselves, then everybody will become more harmonious, because you stand up for yourself, you don't accept everything, and yeah, you change culture, you change from within.
And it also makes me think of what you stand for as well, living life with not by the rules, living life by how you want to live, going back to that, how do you want to create it. And that is really what the basis of this group is making you aware of how you can create your life. And that's what you're doing in the companies, which is really phenomenal. It's just really, really wonderful that you do that. So I hope there's someone in this group that can find the benefits, which there's a lot of benefits, that they know someone who may benefit to that, because you don't know until you put it out there, bring it in, and really make it happen, because it does change. You are changing the planet by doing this, by doing your work. So I'm really, really, really happy that I don't want to end.
Yeah, we are really in the flow here. Yeah, no, since you were sharing about this thing, you're changing the planet. So I was taught that you're not here to make a change, and I agree with it on a certain level. I'm like, yeah, I just have to take care of myself, and things just happen. But with this chakra balance, I'm like, okay, we are here to be happy, to raise our frequencies, to be the best version of ourselves, like to really take back this sovereignty. So I'm just gonna do it, regardless of the wisdom and other things. Yeah, this is the calling that you have. You just have to follow that calling. And that's also the way I connected with Ana, and I appreciate it. Also, in your own journey, you just follow your gut, you follow your instinct. And for myself, when I accepted this lifestyle, I have to agree that sometimes my life is a mess, but I'm also in that period of my life when, yeah, it's normal. to to be like this. Like I'm 28, so, you know, like Saturn return, this kind of things. So yeah, it's more powerful to go for it regardless than to wait for, I don't know, another 20 years. Because I have many friends that I'm sharing what I'm doing, and they have a corporate job and a house, and their whole life is as it should be. And they're like, yeah, we really appreciate that you had the courage to do this. And I'm like, well, I might not have what you have, but this is important for me. These are the things that are important for me. And yeah, living by my own rules. And I still have the trust that I will get there. I will find my own balance in it as long as I surrender.
It's like circling back around to the beginning from the journey when you started, which you shared, you know, that you needed to just surrender, and you know, and that's what you're continuing to do, because we all have different things that well, I know for a fact we do have one thing that really helps us the most, but as we continue to keep connected to it, we will, you know, life will unfold. As long as we are connected to that one thing, we'll always find a way. Life will always support us, and you're
Yeah,
a living example of that.
and I think
Of,
it's
you
just
know,
connected, as you share, like with your own instinct, with your life force. Sometimes I get these silly ideas, or of making a video and sending it to a friend, or going out in the woods when it's super raining, or taking a bath in the lake. And honestly, for me, these things are giving me so much freedom and so much pleasure, and they can be like super silly, and people look strange at you. And I'm like, yeah, but this is important for me. It makes sense for me. This is what I want to do right now. And it makes me super happy, because all the material stuff that we think like, oh, we need to buy more, we need to have more. I really came to the point that I don't even need to eat, or like to satisfy yeah, my cravings, because I'm doing what makes me happy. And I don't share it with all the time, but just to walk in the woods, that's all.
you're doing it for yourself. You know, you're sharing it with yourself. That's number one. You don't have to share it with everyone else, and that's really, you know, the key, to have that experience with yourself, to trust. And you know, like I said again, you are living the experience of living the life without rules. Going back to
I think I have to rethink the name, but it was wonderful how it started. And I looked at, I have a YouTube channel, and I started also by, just because I had to go through my fears.
Yeah.
And it started like 2 years ago, and after 6 months of not doing anything, now I came back again, and I'm inviting people in. And I'm looking back, and I'm like, well, maybe not that many people saw it, but I just did it. I moved through my fears. It was about me. It was not about anything else. And yeah, sharing my story. Thank you for organizing this.
I'm really, really happy for this wonderful conversation. And yeah, again, I invite everyone to reach out to Diana. She is a phenomenal, amazing woman. And I'm going to post a link where everyone can just find out about your program, connect with you, and just really have a wonderful get together in whatever shape or form. Thank you so much for being here. I loved our conversation, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to connect and to hear the story of the rest of the people in the group.
I'm very excited as well. So if you want to come on next, just send me a message. I believe I've already seen a message, but I haven't been able to read it. So then, you know, just send me a message. We'll organize it and we'll have you on next. It's just such a pleasure to have you all in this group. And I'm really excited to get to know you, as I believe everyone is as well. Have a great day wherever you are. Thank you so much, Diana. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you.